Oh, Eevee, what's it like being back in your garden? What's that? What is it? You're ever vigilant. She's ever vigilant in her own garden. What is it? What's that? What? There might be someone next door. So, I've been walking the route of HS2 for 22 days, 3 weeks, over 3 weeks, and it's time for a break. And to be honest, it's not that I need a break. I'm truly amazed that my body hasn't collapsed in some way, that I've got no massive aches. You know, my feet were a bit sore sometimes, but no twinges, no tweaks, no strains, no massive sore shoulders from carrying the rucksack, none of that. I'm having a break because my son's been away for 3 weeks, and I'm just spending the last couple of days of the school summer holidays and the first couple of days of school here, and then on next Monday I'll finish the rest off, which, seeing as I got to Chipping Warden at the end of day 22, I think is a doable task. Oh, day 22 videos, not many of them. Had a bit of trouble with some brambles. It's day 22, and this sort of thing has happened more than you'd think. Most of the time I can go round. This time it's miles to go round. But I did come prepared. I'm actually quite surprised. I brought this along. I haven't used it yet. I think maybe in retrospect there's quite a few patches of nettles that should have got trimmed. Though, to be honest, with those I probably would have needed shears. Here, there's like head height brambles, but there's only a few chops. Well, that was fun. I'm really going to miss this. This is great fun. Oh dear. But the thing is, you look at that and you think, actually, when you see that, it's worth it. And this is my route between Southam and Wormleighton. It's probably the longest stretch of unbroken countryside I've walked. And yeah, this is obviously where HS2 is going. And of course, the dog got through that fine. She just jumps, she figures it out, no problem. But then again, she's got eyes down at shin level. She can figure it out through there. And of course, if she does get caught, it's like she's got really thick fur, so she never gets any damage at all. What was missed off that video was actually, I didn't manage to cut away all the head-high brambles, and in the end just gave up, and this is one of the reasons I missed the hat before. The hat is a battering ram. It's thick. Well, it's not thick, but it's thick enough. It's not like cloth. It's sort of felt. And just go straight through on the brambles, and yay, works quite well. Apart from protecting your legs. And yeah, that's pretty common. That's been throughout the 3 weeks. But yeah, I set off originally thinking, I'm not 100% convinced that I'll get as far as Leeds, so I'm sure I can get to Leeds in 3 weeks, and I got to Leeds in 11 days. And yeah, I was thinking, well, you know, if I bomb it, could make it all the way down. But yeah, getting out of Manchester, I really lost a lot of time there. And then the next day, with all the interviews for the Eevee review, I realised, yeah, never going to make it all the way to London. No, not a hope. Let's see how far we can get. At least make it home, and after that, I should at least make it out of Warwickshire. And did that, and got to a village that was on a bus route to the train station to get me back home, which was always going to be a bonus, which is why I stopped it. I could have gone further than Chipping Warden, but I would have had to have gone back to Chipping Warden to get the bus to get the train home. This is Wormleighton in South Warwickshire, and as you can see around me, another one of the brilliant things about HS2 Ltd. They have, for whatever reason, fenced off this crop here and this crop here, unlike what's behind me in the field that the farmer still retains, it can't be harvested. So they're just going to leave it here to rot, because, you know, probably while not actually paying the farmer compensation for the land that they've taken. over there we have another compound in progress. Remember, all the work that is taking place now is preparatory work. It is enabling. None of this is construction. HS2 cannot start construction until they've got notice to proceed, which they've so far failed to do. They were meant to get it in November 2018. They're now looking like they might get it in December 2019. They cannot start actual construction until that happens. I've pretty much walked the longest stretch that I've walked in open countryside between Southam, which is over there, and Wimlayton, which I'm just coming up to. So basically, again, this is very much the last chance to see a lot of this, because if HS2 does get notice to proceed, it's going to be gone. And some of it will be gone even if HS2 doesn't get notice to proceed, because of course tearing down habitats and trees and hedgerows, that's not construction work, that's enabling work. And as I've said before, they're gearing up to get as much of that done as possible. I mean, just look at the number of cars in their car park over there. And that's something that's been a pretty common sight. In fact, I saw it in the day before in Covington, where crops are being left to rot in the fields, and brilliantly, HS2 it's like this. Oh, we'll screw the taxpayer twice, because there's a cash value to this crop, which we won't let the farmer recoup that. But what we will do is we'll pay someone to mow it, and it's just a great example of the wanton profligacy of HS2. But the big worry now is that there are so many places up and down the line where HS2 Ltd are planning to start widespread destruction of habitats and whatever they can get their hands on, quite frankly, in September, October. There's about 3/4 of a mile of hedgerows that they're going to take down in Quainton, for example, that I found out about the other day. We're obviously waiting on the works in Kenilworth. We saw that they're upping the works in Covington. We know that they're pressing ahead in the Colne Valley, and all of this work is damage that they're causing that will be irreparable. You can't destroy an ancient woodland and expect it just to get better. Even with hedgerows, they need to be mature to be of any use. You can't just replant them and think that, everything will be fine. This is all work that should be stopped until the project passes the review, if it passes the review. And of course, it's got to pass notice to proceed and all of these things. And none of this work, none of this irreparable damage, and of course, the taking possession of property, none of this should happen until the project has got the actual final green light. It should be stopped now. And my worry is, of course, that if I start again a week on Monday, then it's these work sites that I'm going to be walking into, and so maybe I might not get all this walking done. But we'll see. So that's it for now. 22 days down, and I'll start again with day 23 on the 9th of September, back in Chipping Warden.